I'm interviewing Nadine Mundo, who has a documentary at the Woodstock Film Festival called American Commune. I should say it's an East Coast premiere of your documentary, and it's a competition finalist as well.
Yes.
So there'll be voting on your
Yes.
documentary. Now tell me a little bit about this documentary. It intrigues me to no end. So give me the sort of synopsis.
Well, the documentary, it's a feature-length documentary about growing up on America's largest commune, the farm. My sister and I, we co-directed it, and we were born and raised on the farm, and it's about our lives. We use our family story to kind of track the rise and fall of the commune. So it's a personal story, but it's also a historical account of the rise and fall of this community.
Where is the farm?
In Tennessee.
And what is it like growing up on a commune? I think it's a world that's very mystifying to people who have not grown up on a commune, which is most of us.
Well, this is it's actually the first documentary that's been done that's on the farm, on the community, that's an insider's perspective. There's been tons of news reports ever since the beginning of the farm. Everyone from Walter Cronkite to Dan Rather to Donahue have done news reports on the farm, but my sister and I are the first ones to tell the story from the inside out. And so, life as a kid on the farm was really beautiful. We grew up in the country and ran around in huge kid packs, but it was definitely a different experience than probably most Americans have. We were a non-consumer based society, so everything was shared. We had rations. We lived in huge households with other families, so it wasn't just a single family unit. So that made our childhood really unique, I think.
What was your goal of the documentary? How did you come at it? What did you want to get across about the farm?
Well, we really wanted to tell a personal story because the farm is such a huge place. At its peak, there were 1,500 people. And so there's so many different perspectives that can come out of that place. So for us, it was important for us to tell our story, to have it be the most authentic and honest perspective. So we wanted to tell our family story, but then also really delve into the ins and outs of this place, why it started, what was the initial impetus, how it worked, why it fell apart. We were kids when we lived there, and so we really wanted to look at it from an adult perspective and really understand our past and understand our history. So,
Were the people that lived there receptive? Was it difficult to get access?
they were really receptive. I think, pretty much we were supported from day one, and as kids who come from the commune, they really, I think, were excited that some of its own were making a movie about it. So yeah, it's been great.
You were looking at it from the inside instead of a documentary person looking at it from the outside, but still, was there something that you learned? Was there something that surprised you about the experience of actually being a filmmaker in your own life?
Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely delved into our family dynamic that we hadn't really talked about, certain things that we learned from our parents and about our family and their marriage and their divorce. And it definitely brought up a lot of, every family has their kind of dirty laundry and stories that you don't necessarily talk about when everybody's grown up and out of the house. And so I think it was an opportunity for us to really delve into our personal family and understand where our parents are coming from. And I think also from learning from the other farm founders and other kids who grew up on the farm, really learning about their perspective and why they did what they did. And I think everything was fascinating to us and a surprise, because even though we're from this place, we really, like I said, didn't exactly know what it was about. So in a way, it was a huge research project. We learned a lot. Would you like to
continue your life that way? Would you raise your family?
It's an interesting question. I definitely ask myself that. I don't have a family right now. I don't have kids or anything. My sister does. But I think it's whenever I look at the footage and see all the archival shots and all of the farming and, all the kids being raised in these households. I think there is something really idyllic about that time period, particularly, and growing up on a commune. Would I do it the same way? I don't know. I think I would probably do things different, but maybe have a balance more between the community and having your own individual space and individuality. So I've thought about it, but I don't know if there really is anything quite to that scale right now. So,
what was the time period that you shot the documentary?
We worked on it on and off for about 8 years.
Really?
Yeah. So, it was pretty much a self-financed project, so we'd have to work on fundraising half the time and then actually making the film the other half. So we would either do these fundraising campaigns or work jobs in television and take time off from actually making the film. So that's part of what took so long.
And what are your future plans as a filmmaker?
Well, I'm right now just really riding the wave of the film and the film festivals, and it's exciting to finally get it out there and be done with it. We're figuring out our distribution, so we're looking at doing a semi-theatrical release in all the major cities, and then education. We really want to take our film and do speaking tours and colleges and communities, and then eventually we'll go to broadcast and DVD and VOD. So right now we really are just focused on, it's one thing to make a film, and then it's another thing to actually get your film out into the world. It's a full-time job, so that's what we're doing right now.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm sure it's an amazing film, and I look forward to seeing it.
Awesome.
And I must say that every year I see a film here at the film festival that eventually wins the Academy Award in the documentary category. So I always get really excited about the documentaries here. They're amazing.
Very cool.
Thank you very much for spending some time with me. I'm Kimberly Kay from MidHudsonNews.com.